Guys, on today's video I will be sharing with you guys driving in Cameroon. I'm so excited. The most dangerous roads in Cameroon. Can't wait for you guys to see it. Let's get into it. This guy was actually my taxi driver, right? So I met him one time and he drove me, and then I took his contact details to use him in the future. But I actually realized that he's a pretty cool guy, so I asked him to teach me how to drive in Cameroon when I first got the car.
Place des fêtes. Après tu vas connaître conduire good.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
you driving good in.
No, my driving c'est pas bien.
Non, ça va aller doucement, doucement tu vas conduire.
Oh yeah.
Small you driving, and you have experience now.
Oh yeah. But the guy doesn't speak English well, and neither did I speak French well, so a mess.
Ville, Douala in English. It's not village now.
City
now.
Mm-hmm.
City in ville.
Yeah.
Big
city or town, yeah.
Yeah. Douala in big city now.
Yeah, it's a big city.
Very, very big now.
You are going to keep calling me South Africa until when? South Africa! Rock! Good morning, my loves. I hope you guys are good and you've had a productive. And then your girl started driving on her own. I was with him for like a week or two, so I was like, you know what? It's do or die. Look at that road. I literally took this road every day from work to and from work. But yeah, can you see how the motorcycles are going the opposite direction? So it's like, it's not even their lane. But this is what they do like all the time. This is like the biggest thing that you have to look out for, the motorcycles, and you have to be like super careful. So, can you see how they're getting on the pavement? Yo! Ngizoshayisa into ezokenzeka anihambeni. Guys, I'm not going to wait for all of you. Hey, I don't have all morning. Attention. How? They think all of them now must enter before you. You let one in and all of them want to just keep. Yo. This is one of the busiest spots, and this is mostly when you pass like a supermarket. So like a supermarket there is where they sell literally everything, meat, eggs, everything. It's where people go to shop like for local like stuff. It's like the local shops. This one is like so hectic. This is one of the worst. You're like literally on, off. I have to tell you, driving at night is even worse. But luckily, I only made sure that I drive in the night places that I've been to, places that I know, like I know the roads. So this is actually when something came off of my car. So I heard like a huge sound. And luckily the people on the road were like so helpful, and the guy tried to help me. Yeah, and that's just, you know, shows just the culture of the people in Cameroon. The people are very helpful, very kind. Though he could barely speak English, I could barely speak French. I could understand a bit of what he was saying, and he actually helped me.
Tu vois, l'euro, il n'y a pas de problème.
So this is one of the busiest intersections that I went across every day, like morning and evening, because coming from everywhere, from side to side. The police are trying to direct, but like even though the police are directing, the motorcycles sort of want to do their own thing still. Come on, guys. It was mostly controlled by like the police. You can see this place doesn't really have like robots, which is like even like more tricky. I'm just gonna take you guys now to see the top view of that intersection, because this is it looks like they're insects. It looks like we're insects because I was there.
They were moving, hey? Why is he just strolling on the road?
You guys can see how busy the roads are. You really have to be attentive. You have to focus. You have to pay attention. Like literally anything could come from anywhere, from any direction. There's no such thing, Uti, this is a one-way going left, this is a one-way going this way. You just have to pay attention. So this is actually in Aqua, Douala. That's where I was working. I was working around Aqua. This is actually on the way to like Bonanjo. As you can see, this is a more like better road. How crazy on the intersections.
Now we are both stuck.
What must can to happen now?
Oh, I don't know.
So it's like literally push in Cameroon, guys. You in, yo, if you snooze, you could literally be stuck at the same place the whole time.
But you're not gonna rush me
Chain red like district. She go see make a man come on to red and ring. She possesses the time to make me wanna sing.
In super focus, your girl gotta focus because it's crazy up in these streets. A very lovely driving experience for me. Crazy, frustrating, but yeah.
Diamonds are nothing when I'm shining with you. Just keep it wide.
Voila. Voila. That's how we bowl out. $1,000,000 bills. Ah! Still got my money.
One thing about Cameroon is hot, guys. We live on ACs.
Where are you, sweet? Are you on my lane or where are you?
Another thing, like the road is meant to be like 2 lanes, but we made it, they made it, we all made it 3 lanes. Crazy.
But you can see me though. You can see me though, sweetie.
Alright, some of the drains are quite like open, so that also made it a little bit difficult to park in some places, because you could just park into a hole. Look at that hole.
Yo, this is my home. I'm getting home. Home sweet home, ladies, home sweet home, suckers.
Also, this is where I was living. As you guys can see, most of the apartments there don't have enough parking, so I think they use most of the space to like build the building. So this is how we actually parked. So I have to park like in front of these cars, which means if that car needs to leave earlier than me in the morning, they're gonna wake me up. Insane. And this is just the story with most apartments in Douala. That's what I realized. Even some hotels as well. But you do get hotels that have ample, space to park. This is one of them. This is the Best Western Plus. As you guys can see, they have parking space galore, as well as Sour Hotel. So some hotels do have good parking space. So I'm taking you guys through now a road. So this is where actually they have a more like developed road, or more developed roads. So not all the roads are like really as crazy or as busy. See, this one is controlled by the robot, and this is usually in the good like areas, your Bonaprizos, Bonanjo, Bali, like that area, because it's more developed. I think it's been there like longer. So this is like the freeway controlled by the robot. As you guys can see that I'm stopping at the robot, the people are passing. So these are like more organized roads and more like structured like roads in Cameroon. So it's a bliss to drive through these. Okay, so now I'm gonna take you guys through driving and in Kribi, which is like the coastal side. It has a beach. So this is just the route. You guys can see how beautiful the greenery is in Cameroon. I actually love this country, if I'm being honest with you guys. So these are just the views that you see. So yeah, this is just the route to Kribi. As you guys can see how nice the roads are. They are more developed, they are cleaner, they are more, well done. So I'm just showing you guys just the different like roads and routes in Cameroon, just so you know. So the road to Kribi is nice, but also it does have some bumpy places. So you just have to be sure to be careful as well. And you don't want to drive in the night when you're driving to Kribi. Catching sunsets. This is already in Kribi. As you can see, the road is not as busy, and that's because Kribi doesn't really use like taxis. They don't. If you're in Kribi and you don't have your own car, or if you're not using the car of the hotel, you have to use a motorcycle. So I think that's why their roads are a little bit cleaner, because I mean it's less traffic. To be honest, the motorcycles are faster and they prevent like the congestion. So I'm just showing you guys another type of driving in Cameroon, which is a motorcycle. This is me riding a motorcycle at night. Scariest thing ever for me, and that's because they don't actually have helmets. So if you want to use this as your mode of transport, I'm guessing you could just have your own helmet, but generally most of the population don't have helmets. They don't use helmets. You just also have to hold on to the driver. So just a few things that you might want to know if you're going to be driving as an expert. I got my license in Cameroon, so I had a Cameroonian driver's license, because also that can get you in a lot of trouble with the police. This kind of trouble, but yeah. So what they did is actually to use my South African driver's license, and then they were able to like it's a process that you follow where you just submit your license, and I think because you already qualify, then they give you a license based on that. I personally preferred an automatic car because of the stop, go, stop, go, stop, go, stop, go. So it made things like a lot easier. I can't imagine having to balance clutch. No. And also just make sure you have all your papers for your vehicle, because more problems. Yeah, so the roads are quite, some of the roads are not good in some areas, even though some roads are good in some areas. So just be mindful. You just have to be alert all the time. And also just bear in mind that one-ways are not one-ways. A one-way can become a two-way before you know it. So also you just have to be careful of that. And another thing is you just don't know where a motorcycle, a car, or anything is going to come from. In case you're wondering if the GPS works in Cameroon, it does perfectly. Location, GPS. For the longest time, when I got there, I just assumed that no, GPS isn't going to work, because they don't have like addresses as we know them, like how you have like the number of the road, and then, so for example, 16 Goodman Road, whatever, they don't really have that. So most of their addresses are like facing this place. So they have like a point of reference to reference like the area. So you can definitely use your GPS, use your location. Luckily, most restaurants and your pharmacies and all of those places are registered on the GPS. And that's how I got around most of the time. And overall, my driving experience in Cameroon was a mixture of a lot of things. It was crazy, it was scary, it was nerve-wracking, but I actually enjoyed it. I loved it. I just enjoyed Cameroon as a country. Quite honestly, I think it's a little bit safer in terms of like violence. Sure, someone can like snap your phone or whatever, but no one's gonna hold you at gunpoint or all of those things. In my whole driving experience there, I didn't experience anybody trying to hijack my car or anything like that. And also just the people are just quite helpful. You can rely on them if you're having a problem, you know, with your tires, with your car. I mean, I'm not saying trust everybody, but generally the people are quite helpful, kind-hearted, loving people, especially if you're even an expat. So they're very like welcoming. And you know what people say? If you can drive in Cameroon, you can drive anywhere. And that's it for driving in Cameroon. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please do drop a comment. Tell me what you thought. Tell me if you have any questions. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. You know.